Coastal protection addresses the challenge of coastal retreat. An example of this is erosion, which is the loss of coastal lands due to net removal of sediments or bedrock from the shoreline. Solutions to protect coasts involve the construction of structures to safeguard development from flood damage and erosion caused by coastal storms. The goal of coastal protection is protecting settlements, infrastructure, and the natural coastal landscape, which is crucial for low-lying, densely populated areas like Bangkok, Thailand. Some strategies to address this are coastal mangroves and salt marshes. These dense vegetations of coastal wetlands reduce erosion by stabilizing the soil with their roots. Sand dunes provide natural protection from coastal flooding and strong winds during storms. They also act as a buffer that can absorb the impact of erosion, protecting vulnerable areas. Sea walls, which are rock or concrete structures separating land and water, also protect the coast from coastal erosion and flooding. Another type is artificial reefs, which act as a submerged breakwater, reducing wave energy and causing waves to break earlier before reaching the shore.
Across the globe, our cities are edging closer to the sea. What was once a distant warning is now a visible truth, and the oceans are rising, and now the world's coastal cities are standing in the tide's path. From Bangkok to New Orleans and Amsterdam to Perth, around 15% of the world's population, or roughly 1 billion people, live within just 10 meters or less above current sea levels. As oceans swell, these cities face a future where flooding becomes routine. The impacts ripple far beyond the shoreline. Infrastructure weakens and roads crumble. Saltwater seeps into freshwater supplies, poisoning wells and crops. And as the water moves in, people move out, displacing entire communities by an increasing ocean that doesn't look like it's stopping soon. The cost is staggering. Billions in damage, industries will be lost, and economies will be destroyed. Even the ecosystem itself that once protected our valuable coastlines in the forms of coral reefs, mangroves, and salt marshes are disappearing at rapid rates, with around 50% of coral lost since 1950, 35% of mangroves lost since 1980, and up to 50% of salt marshes' historic range have been lost. Without these natural formations, coastal erosion accelerates and every storm grows more destructive. Scientists warn that low-lying cities like Lagos, Alexandria, and Rio de Janeiro could lose entire districts to the sea within our lifetime. Even London and Dubai with their modern defenses are not immune. The cause is clear: climate change and destruction of natural coastal barriers. But the challenge is shared. Every city and every nation now faces the same question: how do we protect what we've built if sea levels keep rising?
Around the world, engineers are racing to protect coastal cities from the rising tide. One breakthrough solution is the mobile flapgate barrier, a deployable system that lies flat on the seabed until it's needed. When storm surges or high tides threaten, the gates rise, forming a temporary wall against the sea while allowing boats and marine life to move freely when inactive. Venice's Moe's system is the most famous example. 78 metal gates guard the city's 3 lagoon inlets. When tides rise, compressed air lifts the gates in just 30 minutes, shielding Venice from floods up to 3 meters high. Since 2020, Moe's has been used dozens of times, a modern triumphant inspired by centuries of struggle against the sea. Still, experts warn the system's protection may fade as sea levels continue to climb. Elsewhere, nations rely on seawalls, permanent coastal shields that absorb wave energy and prevent erosion. Japan's post-tsunami walls reach 15 meters high, while the Netherlands combines levees and surge barriers into its delta works. Now, engineers are blending innovation with nature, living seawalls that double as marine habitats and hybrid defenses that mix technology with ecosystems. From Venice to Tokyo, these defenses show that while we can't stop the ocean rising, we can adapt, protecting coastlines, community, and our shared future.
Facing the dual threat of coastal erosion and climate change, we must prioritize nature-based and engineered alternatives to traditional seawalls. 3 powerful methods can build coastal resilience, such as artificial reefs, which can act as vibrant ecological habitats and crucial coastal protection. Engineered reef systems, such as companies like Subcon, dissipate wave energy with studies showing wave height reduction between 42 and 65%. It can also disperse wave power before it reaches the shore and is versatile for use in virtually any marine area. The second one is beach dune reconstruction. So it is a nature's defense system. Reconstructed dune act as a natural storm buffer, absorbing wave impact to minimize coastal erosion and restore habitat in the coastlines. It is also much more cost-effective because nature-based adaptation options are highly cost-efficient, typically demonstrating a benefit-to-cost ratio above 3.5, making them more sustainable than seawalls. Land uplifting can help flood reduction, involves raising the altitude of the land to reduce flood risk, critical and vulnerable low-lying regions such as the Netherlands. It can also reduce potential flood casualties by up to 95% and promote the seaward migration of coastlines. Investing in these comprehensive nature-inspired systems, from reef dissipating wave energy to highly cost-efficient dunes, builds enduring resilience. Australian initiatives like the RFIF and ARC help fund the research and implementation necessary to secure a sustainable future for our coastlines and communities.
Our story doesn't end with Lost. Across the world, people are protecting the coast that protects us. From Venice's Mobile Barrier to Australians' living dunes, cities are learning to adapt. Technology and nature are working together, but these innovations doesn't take place on their own.
And it really takes teamwork from people in many fields, from scientists and coastal managers to educators and communicators, all working together towards the same goal. And that's really important, because protecting our coast is really protecting our future.
Change begins locally, one reef, one dune, one community at a time. It is a global challenge and a shared responsibility. Together, we can protect our future. We still have time. Around the world, the solutions are working.